Hi, good morning. How are we doing? How's the week going with you? You're welcome to Connect and Reflect, where we bring you relatable topics, topic of interest, topic that resonates with you. So, on today's topic, we'll be talking about compatibility. A lot of people live together before marriage, and we're asking, is this a disaster or it's a smart move? Living with your partner before marriage. Living with your partner before marriage. Is it a smart move or it is a move of disaster? So how would this help your relationship? You're welcome, Tayo. I've seen you. Thank you for coming. So living with your partner before marriage, before you sign the dotted line. Sorry. How to make an AI baby dance effect. A lot of people before they get into the marriage, they want to test the water. They want to see how far their man or their woman can do. So in the course of doing that, they want to test it. They will say, okay, let's live together for a week, a month, a year rather. Let's live together for a year or 6 months. So a guy made it to the social media who said before he can get married to a particular lady or his fiancé, they have to live together for minimum of a year. And is this a smart move on the guy to understand who your partner is, or it's a move to disaster? Is this a smart move or a disastrous move? Living or cohabiting with your spouse before marriage. A lot of people are saying, oh, that is the best idea. So you get to know your partner, you get to know his weakness, you get to know so many things about him or her before marriage. How if he or she is a clean person, if he or she knows how to manage finances, he or she knows how to, emotional testing, and also to test your sexuality, to test intimacy. All of this, do you think it is smart move or it is a dangerous move? I thought I picked Tayo up now. Tayo, I sent you a request. Can you please accept? I can see you. So is this a disastrous move or it's what is it? You need to use this generational style to do this new generation marriage, because the marriage of those days is different from what we see now. And a lot of people are saying, if we could do it this with the way our older siblings did it and their marriages are failing, we need to go through new approach now. We need to go through new approach, and the new approach is cohabiting with your partner. Go and stay in his house for maybe minimum of 6 months to 1 year to see some things about him. Is this a smart move if we all adopt this style, or it is a dangerous move and that ready to end in disaster? Feel free to join us in this conversation. You can always chat in the chat box, and if you have something that's more than chatting, we can always pick you up and hear your opinion. Would this living together thing help you to know your partner very well, unlike the weekend relationship or unlike just one or two calls? Do you think you need to be in the life of this person? You want to know if if he's clean, if he showers well, if he flushes his toilet. You want to know how he manages his money, what time he comes back home. You want to know if he's trustworthy person, if he's not going to cheat on you, and so many things. A lot of people check. You want to see how he manages his finances. What are your deal breakers? Does he communicate well? These are many more you want to check. These are many more a lot of people want to check, and that's why they're in relationship. So, but I'll tell this story because this one is, I take my eyes here. I remember days when we were still in school. One of my friends, the boyfriend moved into a space. Like, okay, let's live together. So they were living couple's life. Thank God for that couple's life that helped the get. Don't let me be biased. So I'll open it for other people to see. Tayo, you're welcome. After the story, I'll give you a room. So we were living couples life together, and the lady will wake up every morning to do the cooking. It was in school or it was in university. The lady will wake up in the morning, will cook for the guy. The guy will make a demand of what he would like to eat, and the lady was cooking and doing the other roles of a wife. But that was not a day, maybe out of anger, the guy sent her to go get bread, some loaves of bread. She went and she couldn't get, fresh bread. The one she got, the guy got it like, and the person like, how can you go buy this one? This one is a hard bread, and he threw it on the girl. Like, how dare you bring this type of bread to me? And the lady picked the bread and went back to return the bread, and life continues. I was not like, hey, this one that, hold on, this one that they are already throwing bread at each other. This is a big red banner. It's more than a flag. This is a red banner. Are we going to credit that, seeing that red flag, to living together? Because if they were not living together, they may not have opportunity to throw bread at each other. You get what I mean? It should have just been lovey-dovey conversation all the time. Or do you think like a lady will lose her value? The motivation for marriage will die the moment you start living together. Everything a man is a chaser. Everything he wants to chase, you already throw it at him. So there's no need for chasing you anymore. And you've lost your pride by living or moving in with a lady. Because personally, I will not do it. But lately, it's becoming things in the vogue. Now let's look into it. Is it, maybe when I say personally, maybe that was me then. Maybe but in the next 2-3 years, when it becomes thing of like, let's look at it critically, it doesn't really harm any of them since they were ready for marriage. So the ball is open. Who's gonna start? Tayo, you're welcome. How are you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you very much.
How is the
Yeah,
week going with you?
the week is fine. Apparently, you want me to answer the question.
Yes. So do you think living together before marriage reveal the real person you are marrying, or is just a temporary version of them?
Well, the thing is that the flip side of your own story, I have something on the flip side. I have seen someone who lived together with a lady for like, I think 2 or 3 years. And because the lady wanted a husband, she was of her best behavior. She was of her
Mm.
great behavior until they got married. The following month after they got married, then she started showing her true colors. And the man she
Wow.
married was now asking himself whether,
What did I put myself into?
where did I get it wrong? He never got it wrong, but the person was just a very
Mm.
the truth is that as human being, when we want something, we can go the extra mile to pretend,
Mm.
so to say. It's just some people that will make you know that this is me for who I am and all of those things. A lot of people can actually pretend very well. You want to see some certain things, you already said it with your own mouth. They will become that thing you want until they get what they want. Then you will now see their true colors. People can pretend a lot, and I'm a Christian. Cohabiting is not part of my doctrine. It's actually not part of my doctrine in any way. The Bible did not subscribe to that. The truth is that we always feel that marriage is a whole lot. It is because we want all the ceremonies and all. That is why marriage feels like a whole lot. The most important thing about marriage is that the family consent to you having their child, and you give them the dowry. Is the most important part of the marriage. If they say that their dowry is 2,000 naira and you are able to get that 2,000 naira, the wife, you are entitled to your wife. And if you want to do anything elaborate after that, you can go ahead. The dowry and the acceptance of the parent are the most important thing in marriage. And that is what a lot of, and if you say that because you want to know who this person is, it is important. A lot of people actually fell into some things by themselves. It's not
Mm.
because you want to live with somebody. Okay, you've lived with a person, you've been sleeping with yourself. At the end of the day, you now say that you are not compatible, you are not going to leave her. That is how people go ahead and kill themselves, because they've spent their time, they've believed that you are the one. They've spent their time, their resources on you, and you now wake up and say that, okay, I'm sorry, this is not what I want. After wasting women's, I don't want to be emotional about this, but you already know I'm going to be emotional about it. Women are emotional beings. Once they stick to you and you kind of cohabit with them, they believe that you want them to be your wife. That is why the cohabitation is existing. So now she has been cohabiting with you for 6 months. You now wake up after 6 months and you now say that, okay, you are not the one I want to marry. Ah, guy, you feel die you. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. The person can die. The person can kill you because you just wasted 6 precious months of her life living with her, making her believe that she's the wife, whereas you are just test running. And after the probably 6 months or 1 year or whatever years you want to cohabit, you now say, okay, you are not the one I want to marry. What if she was pregnant in the long run? What if she was pregnant?
Silly. It could
You now
happen
say
in
that
courtship too. You know, in courtship now they have sex too in courtship too. Even they do
I know
weekend ones, they still come and weekend and knack and go.
it
Pregnancy
is
can still happen.
it's courtship. It is even better. If it is courtship and you now wake up and you say you are not marrying again, she is never living with you. She's only coming for a visit. In a situation where she's living with you, she's waking up beside you. Come on now, you are a married woman. You know the feeling when you wake up beside your husband. She's waking up beside you, she's living with you, she's doing all the wife's things for you, cooking your meals, expecting you to come back. You are not back by 10. She's already scared that maybe something is wrong with you or something. She's already calling your
It
phone to
could
be
be
sure that you are fine. And after
it
all
could
of
be in
this, you
courtship
now
too.
wake up
These
and
are
say
also,
that
I don't want to
this
interrupt, but everything you're talking about happens in courtship too. But anyways,
in courtship, I'm not in your house. If you by 10, if you are not back, me, I'm already sleeping. I would not even know whether you are back or not. In courtship, it is different. You can choose to have sex or not. Because it is courtship, you are not living with him. The moment you start living with him, the temptation to have sex is higher, is way higher, because this is chemistry. And she's not even your sister. This person is not my brother. You are living together. And if you are living together, 99.9% chances you are sleeping on the same bed. So even if she is a virgin, or even you if you are a virgin, come on now, it is not stone and sand that is running through your veins, it is blood. And by the time you start, there is no how you will not see a nakedness. Whether you want to hide it or not, somehow you will jam the nakedness. So what are we now talking about?
okay, thank you, Tayo. Okay, round up your point so that Ajashago is boiling already. No, I didn't say she stop immediately. Are you done with your thoughts? Okay, thank you, Tayo.
Not done, but let me stop here so that others can have their own opinion too.
Oh, Ajashago, you're welcome. We are
Hi,
in it
yeah.
today with Tayo. Okay, how are you doing?
Please, can you send the link of the stream to the live stream? Ronka is asking for it.
Okay.
Go ahead, host.
Okay, you're welcome. How are you doing? How's the week going?
I'm fantastic. The week was good.
Good. It looks like this man wants to cohabit before marriage. So, anyways, I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna put you under the bus. So, what do you think about cohabiting before?
With Nanako Ventures. Hi, Nanako Ventures. Thank you for joining us. Yeah,
Hi,
well,
Nanako, you're welcome.
before I even respond to to that, I have to first talk about how Tayo is always able to see the problems that men give women in situations, and she never sees the problems that men also experience in that same situation. She talks about keeping the woman for 6 months, and then you now realize that you're not compatible, and then you have to let the woman go. You are going to break a woman's heart, and she's not even thinking that that happen to men too. Men get rejected.
Yeah.
In marriages, in relationships, men get heartbroken. So when we speak to issues like this, we shouldn't make it look as if women are the victims. Yeah, We shouldn't make it look as if women are the ones that get the end of the stick, more. Men also, can become victims in this kind of issues. And if you look at the reason why this topic, came on board is because of the reasons, the issues that people have been able to identify in the society with marriage on the long run, and they've decided to look at, okay, what can we look at, how can we be able to solve the problems that compatibility causes. We'll be lying to ourselves if we do not agree that truly there are compatibility issues. Yes, there are compatibility issues. And Tayo has already, I think, shot herself in the leg when she said that there are people who can even pretend in the process of courting. Imagine not cohabiting. I'm not a fan of cohabiting. I like personal space a lot. I like to live alone a lot. So I'm not a fan of cohabiting, to be honest. But then we will be lying if we say that it does not solve a problem. It solves a major problem of whether you can be able to live with someone. And if we think that living with someone is beans, we are just joking with ourselves. Living with someone is not beans. Living with another person it's very tedious. It's very hard for you to realize that you guys are not just going to sleep in the same bed. You're going to share the same kitchen. You're going to share the same toilet. You're going to try and meet in the middle with issues around hygiene. I always give my clothes to the dry cleaner. Ladies want to do. They believe that once you are in marriage, you have to be responsible enough to do the laundry at home, even if you can afford it or not, right? So I have people that occasionally I like to invite home who are friends, and when you get married, these are things that you have to be able to decide. In fact, not just decide. Like some people even have to take permission from their wife if they want to, do some certain things. And are you saying that it is not worth it for you to have a trial of that process if it is going to help you make a better decision? Have you thought about the reason why there are some certain families when I lived in a place, and I think in 2022 the man's son got into was in a relationship, and they did their introduction, and they were planning to do their traditional wedding and their court wedding, and the father said that it is not going to happen. He said it is not going to happen. That he loves the girl, he loves the son, he agrees with their relationship. It's not going to happen on one and the condition he gave was that unless the lady gets pregnant, that the lady must get pregnant before they go anywhere to do anything. And if you look at it, you can't blame him when you look at how many people have gotten into marriages and then they begin to struggle with conceiving because a party did not know about the other party's medical history in terms of fertility. We can decide that no, it's wrong, but the truth is that because that lady was able to get pregnant within another 6 months, they went ahead with the wedding and they had a baby, and they were able to sort out the issues around maybe fertility, infertility, giving birth, not giving birth at the early stage, right? And those are the things that you can be able to sort out and rectify before you go into the union of marriage. Like it or not, that thing brings a solution. It brings a major solution to it. Even though, we are going to bring religious people like Tayo would bring religious emotions and sentiments into this conversation. Of course, if you look at it from the religious perspective and when Tayo says that after she has finished using the woman, so he's the only one using the woman is not using his own body too. So the man's body does not experience wear and tear. That after the man has finished using the woman
his body does not experience wear and tear.
No,
men's body does not experience wear and tear.
Even
biology said it. Men's body does not experience wear and tear.
Can you see the stereotype that Tayo is bringing, that a man's body does not experience wear and tear? Tayo, can you see the stereotyping that is only the woman's
A
body that
guy
experiences
can keep
wear and tear?
knocking
That
for the
men
next.
continue to be agile. Men continue to be agile as
Yes,
they grow. They
yes.
continue. They
And
don't become weaker. Their sperm does not. Their sperm does not become weaker as they go by. They are able to continue
his,
to run the way they continue to
their
run.
sperm does not go weaker because of knocking.
Look, Tayo, like it or not,
Yes, their sperm
men
does not, their
experience.
erection does not go shorter because of knocking.
So why is it
But
that
women's body,
the older a man gets, the higher the probability that he will
age.
not be able to conceive also? Tayo, mute.
No,
Don't
that
talk
is
on my
not
time.
true. If I
Tayo, mute.
conceive,
Don't
that
talk
is
on my
what God
time. Don't interrupt
said
my time, Tayo. You will get your own time to talk. So, but the point is that men also go through these challenges that I think women maybe it's not as much as the way women go through it. But the point I'm going to finally make is this: if it is going to help you to have a better marriage by cohabiting with somebody for 6 months, and you are going to be able to decide whether you are going to live with this person forever. Forever is a long time. 6 months is a short time. Forever, but religious people will not agree. Religious people will say no, because of course I'm a religious person too, and I want to agree with you. But like it or not, there's a lot of marriage that has crumpled, even in the church, in the mosque, that could have been avoided if only they add a little bit more information about themselves rather.
Okay, thank you. I know this conversation is going to be hotter as we go, so get glued and let's see how it goes. So now let's look at it this way, Tayo. Don't you think that sometimes you want to understand your deal breaker? All of us, we know how we did our relationship, like, oh, conversation every time you're talking on the phone, you believe whatever it tells you. And that is what relationships will be all about trust. But over the time, a lot of people have broken that trust. A lady will tell you she's a virgin, and you find out later after marriage that you find out that she's not. A lady have told you, so also guys have told you, this is my job. Because you're not closer to the person, you don't know he has an underlying job until you get to marriage. A guy will have told you, let's be celibate, we are not doing anything before marriage, and you found out in marriage that he's not potent. So many cases of disbelief. A lot of people have broken trust, and everybody's living with that trauma, and they are more careful now in going into relationship. Do you now think that destroying the marriage will make you feel like understand each other's deal breaker? I know, identify it.
Well, cohabitation is still not going to solve the problem. Cohabitation will not. Because that is the need for courtship. The truth is that there is nothing you will do that if a party wants to be funny, that they will not be funny. There is absolutely nothing that you can do that if someone who is manipulative will still not manipulate you. There is nothing that you will do. Cohabitation will not even solve it. If somebody tells you that she can conceive, or whether she's good or whatever, if the man is a thief and is telling you he's working in a bank, he can cover his track, even if you are cohabited. If somebody wants to keep an information for you, cohabitation will not reveal it. As a matter of fact, cohabitation cannot solve anything. As a man, you, even in your own mind, you will start thinking, if you can live with me for 6 months, doing all of these things for me because of marriage, which means if somebody else come with a better offer, you will go. And you will start having it at the back of your mind. By the time you are not home, probably you travel. That is where your mind will be. That this woman that has lived with me because of XYZ, because of marriage, I want to know you for marriage, and you decide to live with me. Now that I'm not even in town, what did I know that you are doing? When this cohabitation will take away trust, it will. There is no how you want to do it. Because one of the reasons you want to cohabit is because of your insecurity. Is this person true to what she's saying? All this person is telling me, is it true? Because all of these things you are saying that you should cohabit for is something that can happen in communication. What is now communication for? What is the courtship for when you have to cohabit?
Please let me come in.
When you have to cohabit, and
The truth is
Oh,
that
okay, hold on. Oh,
the
okay,
truth
is
is
dumb.
that I have
Okay,
seen
hold on,
people
okay.
that cohabit. They have seen people that cohabit that they become cat and dog despite cohabitation. I have not even one, not two, not three, not four.
That's the
A
evidence.
lot
They become
around
cat
me.
and dog, so they know they are not compatible. Everybody, my law. You've
They
just
are
No,
proven
after
that
still
it
marriage,
together
they
works.
and they
all
have even
became.
see the cohabitation has gone beyond cohabitation and become marriage. They've gotten married along the line, and it still did not solve the marriage problem. The truth is that communication, there is nothing cohabitation wants to do for you that communication will not do better for you. Because a woman that agrees to cohabit with you, take it or leave it, will the woman the woman can leave you for somebody else. Because if the person agrees to compromise enough to come and start staying with you because of marriage, if something better comes up that is more better than you, she will leave you for that something better. Except
Yeah.
she's
So
except
do you mean that when we are courting and we meet people that whose lifestyles, choices, and habits do not work well with ours, we should stick to them anyways?
what I am saying. The question is about cohabitation. All right, that cohabitation will show you will let you avoid some certain things, that will reveal some things to you in in the other person that courtship will not reveal, which is
Yes,
actually
it
wrong.
is correct.
No, it's not correct. Because the
In
thing is
my
that
own point of view and
I have lived
personal,
with someone. Let me give you a classical example. I have lived with someone that I have to remain quiet to, just for me to leave. The person that initially that accommodated me when I got to the university, I have to be a quiet tire for the person, because the person is not a talking person, and the person does not like talkative. So I have to become a quiet tire to the person for almost a year. I have to abide by her rules so that I can stay under her roof for almost a year. It was when she left that people knows that I could be very social. My neighbors were surprised, and this is for someone that want to allow me live in the house. Imagine if someone, you hear that someone want to marry you and this guy is rich. Come on, tell me what the person will not do. Or this guy wants you because he feels that you are exceptional, you are talented, so come and live with me so that you can see that me too, I am better, and he wants to prove a point to you that he is a better man. Tell me, will he not pretend in the course of the relationship and have you not seen hardened criminals that nobody in the vicinity will know that this person is an hardened criminal? And you think that cohabitation will change some things? See, there is nothing, to me though, this is me, there is nothing cohabitation will do that communication will not do. That is me. That is me. I don't know about any other person. Whatever you think
Thank
that you
you.
don't want in the process of communication and visit, you will see it. Then you can make your decision whether or not you want to marry this person or not.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, apologies. When
Okay, you're
plenty of the
welcome.
time we throw away the red flags. That is why we feel that
Yeah.
okay, sometimes people say that they will change, or maybe it's not their true person. After it is one off, you've seen it. A lot of times you see the red flag. You just want to do away with it. That is why you will want somebody to come and cohabitate with you so that you can be knocking up and down. Because what is the point of your cohabitation?
people cannot go.
Let me say hi to my people. Oh, thank you, TikToker, for joining us. I know you know, I know you, right? Thank you. Alison Innovation, thank you for joining. And if you want to be part of this conversation, you can also make a
That's
request.
my story.
Oh, please.
Josie, thank you for joining. Okay, you're welcome. I didn't know you had the door.
I do not even know how I created this account. Well, I have one.
Okay. Anyways, my question to you is like, what are the biggest benefits of couple who live together before marriage? What are the things they will enjoy? They get to know.
Okay. So first, I understand that people do communicate, can communicate and stay separate and still get to know each other. However, in the case of someone who does not talk much, or who feels like I am so busy, I don't have time to really be chit-chatting. So you might not know them that well without the cohabiting. That's what I'm saying. Let's now, I'm now going to bring up a situation, which is a personal situation. I have known a person for 7 years, started after about 7 years of knowing, or 5 years of knowing this person. Let's say 5 years of knowing this person, we started dating, and within 6 months or within 1 year we could not make it together. And I have known this person as a friend for a long time, so you would think that the length of time you know someone would let you know them, understand them deep. But it's not about how long, it's about how well you know them. So in this case, there was even no cohabiting, but there were late night of sleepovers. And most of the issues that came up in this relationship were on those days of sleepovers. That I'm like, oh, no, this is red flag. While everyday conversation does not bring out these personalities, there are some personality traits that you see when you are close to them. I can pretend for 5 hours. I can play jovial for 2 hours. When I get home, I suck up in my bed and I can be a sadist, you know? So there are two people, there are different people. Some people come out, they have a face on the outside, and they have a different face in the inside, in the comfort of their homes. They have a different personality. They'll say, "It's my friend, that's a good person." But I'm saying, "Oh, it's my boyfriend, that's a bad person." It is personality. I mean, you get to see them truly. And that is the example of, oh, you are hanging out with someone daytime, receiving calls, and busy and busy and busy. And then now there are people calling them at 1, 11 p.m., 12 a.m., and they're just friends. They're random friends. Those things you don't get to know when you are in your house. And you get to know their ideology on things. That's why I think the cohabitation, I feel that people can pretend. So if you don't cohabit, you come to their house one time a week or one time every 2 weeks, the house will always be clean because they know you are coming. But it's different from when you are seated there for 1 year. And if you sit there for 2 months, they can clean the house for 2 months. If you are there for 6 months, they realize that they need to relax. They don't want to clean again. Now you are the cleaner of the house. You know, it is staying with them. Then you realize how they manage their phones. You might not know how they manage their phones from talking over the phone and sitting down together on a date for 2 hours. It would not do it. You need to meet them in their natural states to be able to see whom they are, and that is what I think personally. So, and that is when you even to the extent that if it's possible, sleep over at your in-laws place first before you even marry the husband too, because hey, I mean, if you marry a crazy person, do not marry a crazy family. So and the crazy family might keep it cool for you as well on 1 day, 2 day notice. When you sleep over and you get to relate with them, you know them better. It is, in Yoruba, people will say that before you marry someone, in the old Yoruba stories, they will say, go to their family and go and investigate their family and all of that. These days, we might not get data of all those things. You have to see it for yourself, and the data they let out is different from the data that is inside the house when you go inside to see what is going on in the inside. So I personally think that 5 years courting, we still one time a month or one time a week cannot be compared to 2 months living together.
Tayo,
The
ilé ayé ti dorí
experience you get of someone, it is like having a best friend. You say, oh, ọ̀rẹ́ mi àtàtà, ọ̀rẹ́ mi àtàtà. If you are just on the phone, you are just hanging out with this ọ̀rẹ́ àtàtà on the phone, you cannot compare the relationship you have with this ọ̀rẹ́ àtàtà with that ọ̀rẹ́ àtàtà where you just go in and sleep over, or we are going on trips together 2 day in, day out. It is different. You know them better. Everyone has a good first impression. Everyone knows how to keep it together when they meet you on the road. Everyone knows how to smile. Everyone knows what is right and wrong, but not everyone can do what is right or wrong. It's not so they know people that do wrong, they know it is wrong, and that is why they keep it. And when you now enter finish, they will now play it for you. It is
Bang,
brilliant.
bang.
They are playing it, so they know how to do that. So, and it is
Okay.
it's like waiting for people to describe themselves with their own mouth. kò sẹ́ni tó máa so nǹkan mọ́ra ẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ now when you have to say it by yourself to say who are you, you're going to say all those sweet things about yourself and you're going to polish the bad things about you as well, unlike you seeing it that mo ti rí súrà ẹ, mo ti rí pé bye bye, it's different. So I think that cohabiting, I know that our Tayo's point of view is the fact that the sexual relations that is going to go down when cohabiting. While I would say that even when you are separated does not mean that all those things too does not go down even worse. So it's so cohabiting does not make it less sin, higher sin, low sin, and you don't just walk up on the
ọmọ
road.
èṣù
You
gbogbo
don't
yín
just
èmi
walk
àti
up
Táyọ̀
on the
nìkan la
road
fẹ́ jọmọ
and meet
Ọlọ́run
someone
bì
2
mo
months
ti padà
later.
lẹ́yìn yín.
You don't just don't walk and meet someone 2 months
Oya Ronke,
later, you are
continue jàre.
cohabiting. Yeah. You don't walk to someone and 2 months after you met the person you are cohabiting. There has to be a level of, okay, we are almost engaged at this point. Let us cohabit. We are engaged at this point. It is sure for me that I am going to marry you at this point. Let us cohabit. And in that period, you can decide to withdraw. And Ajashegu was saying something about pregnancy or no pregnancy deal and all of that.
No, it was Tayo. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. I think he also mentioned it that you marry a woman and
Okay.
you realize that she's messed up and all of that. There are some situations in life that we cannot help. We cannot help them. So imagine you already married this person already. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, the person now is now involved in an accident, that the person now loses the mental ability to think,
Potency.
or mental ability to think for themselves or do things by themselves. So cohabiting cannot even help us in this situation. This person is an entirely different person because you did not sign up for this for this. But there are some things we cannot help, like that pregnancy one. There are some situations that you cannot help, but there are things that you can help. Tó bá ti rí pé this person has no like big plans, has no family structure, is not, there are some things you just need to go inside to see, not just hear from them. Words don't matter, actions do. Only actions matter.
All of you are dealing with trauma.
Only
All of you
action
that you want to
matters.
cohabit.
Only action
All of you that want to cohabit, you have been in
action is the
somebody's
only thing.
trauma.
No, it's not a matter of trauma. It is not a matter of trauma. We all came up from different backgrounds, different ideologies. So and the ideology is very different. Some people are in
Okay.
relationships with people they cannot even sleep in the same bed with because of how loud they snore. Now imagine so it's
So ṣé torí ẹ̀ ló bá ṣe kọ́kọ́? Torí ẹ̀ ló bá ṣe kọ́kọ́. Anyway, don't let me look at how I just. Anyways, I understand you, okay. Thank you for your time, but sincerely, looks like all of you now you are a sinner to me. The way I'm looking at you, you and Ajashego are okay. You are looking like a sinner. Me and Tayo, we are now one in Christ. Anyways, my own opinion is, personally, I won't cohabit because I feel like if I cohabit, the motivation for marriage may drop. Because everything, men are naturally chaser. They like to chase. They want to chase.
after the
So
marriage,
I'll take
there's
off the
nothing else.
opportunity.
After the marriage, there's nothing else to chase.
Hold on now. The first impression that marriage day, that gym that comes, that roller coaster experience that comes. It's different from somebody that is doing marriage after the third child. That energy comes differently. The energy that comes from finally you are mine. It's different from like I got you already. So that may be where Tayo is coming from. I'm trying to
Really
see from
think that
Tayo's view.
marriage makes you his and him yours also, Abby? Marriage is what makes you guys claim each other officially.
Yes. Because after we've signed the dotted lines, then I'm
So
more responsible to
now,
you. You
while
are more
someone,
responsible to me.
yeah, while it is not really, it should not be like that. Marriage is not the final solution. It's not the
So
end.
they
Who
won't
It's a
says
chase
it's
other
not?
people. Wait, so once they sign the dotted lines, they won't chase other people.
If they
But
like
at least you're
chasing, if they
committed. When
like
you do
chasing,
it, hold on. When you
if they
now
like
do it
chasing,
after marriage, it becomes a sin. But before marriage, it's no more a sin that you're chasing, and which is okay that you're chasing me.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure that you know that we people still chase
Anyways, let
after they are married.
you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
I'm more like
especially
that.
they are,
What you do after
especially
marriage,
they are used to chasing. You know, the I think the part of the relationship thing is the part of we have to call it something in the first place. God said it nullifies it. We are doing this for the sake of marriage. It is not we are doing this because we are in love with each other. You know, it is all another entirely different thing entirely. You are like I'm looking for you because I want to be married to you because of marriage.
because
And
I want to be committed to you, because we want to own each other. Marriage makes us responsible to each other. Marriage makes us more committed to each other. Marriage makes us one. Without marriage, we are still different entity. You are, well, your name, you don't carry the person's last name. You guys are on your own, but you love each
yeah.
other quite all right. You
Mm-hmm.
are not different from people that are dating from afar. You are not different from people that are, far away from each other and the like. But the moment you say, okay, now our values are aligning, we need to come together and be one.
Should I tell you? I
They are
know
two
I heard
different
a
things.
story. I heard a story of this is Canada, and they like the whole the marry or no marry thing is it don't really matter. It doesn't really matter. But now imagine there is this couple that has been
That's
together
the problem you
for
have. It's because
25
you are in a
years.
place that marriage does not matter.
They've been together for 25 years. They are married. No, they are not married. They've just been together for over 25 years because they have grown up kids and they never got married because they did not want the rule of the marriage or no, the societal thing. And they are strong
Be binding on
together.
them.
Yeah, they are strong together
Why
without
were they
marriage.
afraid of getting married? Why were they afraid of dotting the lines?
Do you know
Because they don't
that
want to be committed to each
do you know
other.
that cohabitation, if you have been together for 1 year in Ijoba's eye here, you are married. Like you have almost the same rules as the married person. So it doesn't even really matter. So the point is, I have found you and I trust you enough. I already trust you
So,
enough.
okay, let me let Tayo talk too. Okay,
Okay.
okay, let's
Okay.
Tayo Jare.
The
Let's
only
talk about deal
reason
breakers.
deal breakers.
Hold on.
Let me. All right.
Do
I
you
want to talk about
think?
something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think that living together reduce unrealistic expectations about marriage? I know you don't align with living together, but there's some reality in marriage that first 6 months, because you guys are in love, you might not even see each other's red flags because you guys are living together, and you may not see it on time because you are bounded with love and it's covering your face. But when you are far away, you are loving with one eyes closed, one eye open. As they are praying with one eyes, your other eyes are open. Do you think that living together we make you see the unrealistic expectations about marriage?
Living together, the only thing I'm hearing in this thing that we are discussing is cohabitation, and it is not
Is living.
sitting well with me in any way. All right, living together, we actually make
Okay,
you see yourself.
Tayo, now let's
Let
picture
me let me answer
cohabitation
your
like you can be
question.
together. Hold on, Tayo. Let me put in it. I think the problem you're having with cohabitation is you feel like intimacy is too much in it. There's opportunity for intimacy, which is also in courtship, quite all right. But let's take out
There is also
intimacy.
space for deceit in cohabitation. There is
Okay,
also a
take out
space for
intimacy
deceit.
in your thoughts before, so
There
that you
is no
can
how
have an
cohabitation
open
does
mind.
not breed intimacy. You cannot think it out, except whoever you are cohabiting with is impotent, and an impotent person will not even cohabit with you. So you
Okay.
cannot even remove intimacy out of cohabitation.
Sorry, I would like to
I'm
point
not
out
Roke,
something.
don't
saying that
interrupt.
if you are
Roke,
not
please
cohabiting,
Roke, let her finish her thought, please.
I'm not saying that
Thank
if
you.
you are not cohabiting, you might not have intercourse, sort of. But if you have decided in your mind to stay chaste till your wedding, there is higher chances that you will stick to that decision. There is higher chances that the man too will stick to that decision. So the moment you start cohabiting, the possibility of you to do is in fact, it is 100.1%. It's very, very real. Comparing with when you are not together. And if you are both sincere about getting married, you will discuss issues when you come together. And you will visit this person without announcing. I have seen situation when a man visited his would-be and realized that she's a thug. He visited unannounced and realized that this lady is a thug. If he marries this lady that has been, in fact, the lady, I was small, the lady, we loved the lady. He realized that when he married this one, he will beat him. So he had to quit the relationship. Cohabitation did not show that. Courtship did. Because now he had access to visit her in her parents' house. And she also had access to visit him where he's staying. Because the parent knows that they were dating. So everything that you think will not happen if you are cohabiting will happen even if you are cohabiting. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. See, if a man say that, let me take it from the perspective of a man. If a man say that, okay, let's cohabit because I want us to know ourselves better, and the end result of this is marriage. And this lady feels that you are a good guy. Any woman will want to marry you. She will be that lady for you till the marriage. If the lady is the one that instigated the cohabitation plan, that guy, let's cohabit, I want to see the kind of person you are. If this man thinks that you are of great benefit to him, it will be that man you want him to be till you get married. Whether you cohabit or not does not except the
after
person
marriage.
just
Why does she have to change that? If she can get it done, in 6 months, and they can be able to understand each other, Tayo, why does she have to change? Why does she have to change after marriage?
Let her have her space.
Why can't
Let
she
her have
just
her
do
space,
that?
Ajashegun.
No, there's no peace. Okay, no problem.
What I'm trying to say is that whatever you think you will see in cohabitation, you will see it without cohabitation. See, intelligent questions will bring out a person's view about some certain things. Today, I was talking to someone and somebody posted something. So he posted that, okay, you are in a flood and there is your wife, your mother, and money. That who will you save first? Then my answer to the person was that, okay, you can, depending on who is stronger, you can back one of the women. The one you are backing will hold another person, and the one they are holding will drag the money for you, and you will save everybody at once. That's what the guy said.
Tayo, any Nigerian that is sane, we pick the money. Any Nigerian that is saying that suffered, we pick money. Which one is backing my mother to back my Any Nigerian that does not want to lie, we carry that has suffered, we carry the money. Which one is backing my sister to back my auntie?
Okay, but the idea again is it not a better one than you choosing money? Now, if a woman asks you this and your answer is you will pick the money and abandon her, it will tell us something about you. For someone who thinks well, it will give her an idea what she will likely pick when the situation of money and her arises. So this kind of question reveal your intent, what is actually lying.
But you can lie if you know that is what the goal is. You can lie. Oh my dear Lord, it is you that will pick.
If you say the person can deceive in cohabitation, how can the person not see through you that you are trying to whine him?
The same thing. You can, if you are cohabiting, there will be deceit. If you are not cohabiting, there will be deceit. So why not choose not to cohabit and believe that you are married? People did not see a lot years back. People did not cohabit and they marry good wives and good husbands. Exactly. A lot of you now, you are marrying, you are cohabiting and getting married, and you are still killing yourselves. Now, what is now the goal of the cohabitation?
No, don't let us compare marriage with that time. We cannot compare marriage with that time.
You will compare. There are some things you need to compare.
Never really stood.
It was this cohabitation is
hold on. No, let her finish. Oh, you have the mic.
See, a lot of times, in fact, the reason for this cohabitation is actually perversion. Because we have perverse a lot of things. We have perverse our idea of money. We have perverse our idea of women. As a result, a lot of men thinks that women are items. Some even believe that women are I don't want to say SEXY.
Yes. So
You understand?
yeah,
Just to
sexual objects. You just use that as objects.
just to use and live. Now, so if a man, the truth is that a lot of people have seen a lot of things in marriage. Your cohabitation will not make you to see shege. Will not say whether you will see shege or you will not see shege. All the people that I know that cohabited before marriage, all the ones that me I know, they are seeing shege premium. So now, what is now the point of cohabitation? The reason why Canada will agree that once you have lived for 1 year, you are automatically husband and wife is because apparently people were cohabiting and there is a lot of perversion. So how do we bring it
You
together?
are not part of
Okay,
Canada
let's
government.
assume.
You are not part of Canada government. You cannot speak to the reason why they made that choice.
See, go and see. There is no research you want to make on this thing that will not reveal
And
to
the
you
tag
that
they have,
the reason for
whether they
that.
have lived, Tayo, the
Ajashegun,
tag
can you
they
let her
continue.
finish her thoughts? Then you have it. Tayo,
See,
you to round up so
we
that all of
build,
them can
let me round
talk.
up. A lot of times, as things unfold, we build new laws around it. Why? So that it can actually bring sanity to the society.
Just
Of course, if you keep a woman that cohabited with you, probably they've been killing themselves for cohabiting for a long time. The woman think, okay, what can we solve? What can we use to solve it? Once you cohabit for 1 year, you're automatically husband and wife. So that one person will not assume that, okay, you have used me or you have not used me. You would end up saying that we use ourselves. It is still a no-no for me when it comes to cohabitation.
thank you. I agree with you. The cultural instinct in me, the Nigerian in me is saying no. The religious part of me is saying no. So me too, I agree with no, Tayo.
I talk now.
Ajashegun. No, hold on, okay. Before Ajashegun, you talked before. Ajashegun has not spoken since you started. You talked.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is, Tayo, we're not living in the 60s anymore. We're not living in the 70s. The reality now is
Hey,
different.
Tayo.
The reality now is different from when we were living in the 60s. In fact, there are some points that I think you did not, look at it deep down before you made. First is, back in those days, women did not really have a choice in terms of marriage. They didn't really have a choice. They didn't really have a voice.
Men has a choice in their marriage. Yes, go and check Yoruba culture very well. They can decide to divorce you and still get married. Yoruba women, in cultural terms, try and make your research as a very, in fact, even in the society, women as a say more than the men in some cases.
Yeah,
Go and
but
make the research.
but they end up
In
giving
Yoruba
them
land.
names. But they end up giving them names like Dale Moshu. They shame her that she
No,
cannot
but-
even keep a man.
So how did we come to the point where we started advocating for women rights if women really had a say? Why did they?
Because Oyinbo came and they brought their culture where they make women lesser than the men. That is why, and because we are
changing the history of Nigeria. Oyinbo came and started fighting for. Oyinbo came and started fighting for women rights.
Example,
I have
Dale Moshu.
on a
Recently,
recently.
there's no
Recently,
English word.
I have
There's no
taken
English
time.
word for Dale Moshu.
No, but I don't get. Tayo is totally changing Nigeria's history. Before Oyinbo came, before the Catholics came,
Go into you can try and read Yoruba history and women in Yoruba history.
So why did
Try and read about women in Yoruba history.
women were
Why
advocating
is
for
it that
women
till
rights?
now women still has equal rights in their father's property in Yoruba land?
Are you all listening to what Tayo is saying?
Oh, I think you need to make a little research.
I am the one that needs to make a little research.
No, I think no. There has been
Okay, can we go? Okay, now let's go back to the
no.
topic.
There has been
I have
conspiracy.
not even spoken.
No, there truly has been conspiracies about this family structure in the Yoruba kingdom before but I don't think women really. I don't believe that thing like that, and women
Okay,
were not
please.
that powerful
Okay, let me use my time now.
Can both of you mute? Can you both of you mute and let Ajashegun talk?
So, look, I know that there was a time where in the Yoruba culture they preferred male children. maybe Tayo will say that no, they prefer them equally. But please don't
I just
unmute
can
Tayo.
we leave the culture? Leave the culture part. Can we go back to
No, I'm
cohabitation
trying to
topic?
address some of the things that Tayo said that related to that brought us to the reason why cohabiting is
Case of
better now.
kingdom.
Tayo, mute. I didn't
In
have.
the case of kingdom, you are right.
No, Mashiko.
In the case of you becoming a king, you are right. But for those that don't have a kingship lineage, whether you have a male or a female, a child is a child, except for the warriors and the kings.
So, and the normal people sent their female children to school, right?
Can we go ahead? Because you don't want us to continue
Answer
with
this
this.
one. At that time, when it was just the
Can
kings
we
that
go
wanted.
ahead? I just said we'll leave the
Because
question.
the
Okay,
people
don't
that
ask
came
Tayo
to
any
our
question.
land makes
Just
men
answer. Don't
superior
ask
to
anybody
us.
question. I just
She
said
already interjected. She
the
already
Tayo,
Make men
interjected.
don't mind
superior
that.
to us,
Tayo,
and we
please let me
believed
finish.
it.
Let me finish the point. It's okay for you to counter me
Exactly.
when
Don't
you
ask
know,
question. You two don't ask
when
anybody
that
question.
woman.
Just to
Yeah.
say your mind.
The history that I read and that I were taught in school about even marriage, how marriage was done in those days is a man and a woman can actually see themselves like themselves, and then the man's family can approach and say, okay, we want to marry. Another way it happens is a family can decide that because they are not financially buoyant, they want to take their daughter and marry their daughter to one person in that community who probably already has 2 or 3 wives that is financially buoyant, right? That used to happen, and that's the reason why wealthy men were able to take many wives at that time. So I don't know, but that to me seems as if the woman did not really have a say in the union. If your family can just say, because we are not financially buoyant and all, we want to marry you off to somebody that will pay XYZ, and these scenarios are exhibited in different Yoruba movies, even different cultural movies till now. You understand? So I feel like back then the women did not really have a choice on who they marry. Now women can also pick. You can choose what and who you want to live with. You understand? And if we say that cohabit and Tayo's solution to all the problems is good communication. Tayo's solution to all the problem is quality communication. As if communication is not the origin of all the lies that we have existing in the world. Or is communication going to show you that the man that you want to marry has homosexual tendencies? Is communication going to tell you that the woman that you want to marry in their house, or maybe she does not even have a womb? Is communication going to tell you all that? Or you which questionnaire are they going to give you to submit to?
Communication tell you that she does not have a
Let me
womb, because
finish the
when you are
point. You get
cohabiting,
your
Oh,
time
you
to
Tayo,
already
talk.
have a
please.
You will get your time to talk, Tayo. You will get your time to talk. So I don't know which questionnaire you have to submit that will now make you realize all these things. Like it or not, as much as religion, as maybe, and also look, the sample size that you have given, that all the people that I know people who, even though I did not agree with it at the time when when I was at Lautech, people we used to call it couples lives, right? Who were cohabiting at the time. I know at least 4 of them who today sound so unbelievable that they are happily married, and some of us that did not even, that did not believe in that particular lifestyle. We are not married. The marriage that we tried did not really work out. You understand? So, like it or not, and then see, there's that it was actually the Western world that I found. I used to think about why would somebody have to tell you, kneel down and tell you that Fumi,
Will
will
you
you
marry
move
me?
will you move in with me? Will you marry me was a quality question. But why did somebody will have to ask, like they call it such a big step? Will you move in with me? And then they move in together. And even when they even propose to you, right? They don't actually automatically believe that they have become husbands and wife. Even when you are living together, they believe that you have become spouses, right? And that gives the woman the opportunity to also be able to, look at the man
Look
and
for
see
the man.
if this is something that I want to do, if he's someone that I can live with, if he's the man he says he is truly who he is. As much as you want to demonize the process, you don't even have you are sitting on a three-legged chair, because even the ones that the church has almost the biggest amount of broken marriages in the course today. as much as we say that cohabitation is not working, we continue to join people together that have
That's
never
as a result
cohabited.
of a
Tayo, you
lot
will
of
respond when it
factors.
comes to your time. I will not let you talk. You will respond when you come to your time. The church has the highest amount
Please wait.
of issues of divorce in the court till now. The people that did not cohabit, that believed in, yes, good communication. It's just communicate. Let's just communicate. Let all of us go and develop
A
questionnaire
lot
and
of
give to our
them, their
spouses. And when our
pastor
spouses
said,
answer these questionnaires, our marriage will suddenly just turn out very good. Like it or not, some good has come out from it. If not, the Western world, as much as we look at them as they're irresponsible and all that, if they can be able to decide that we want to live together, and when we live together it doesn't work out, we go our separate ways, right? And they're able to look. There's a question I posed to the church last week. I said, do you think that everybody is supposed to be married? If you're in the church believes that everybody is supposed to be married, that if everybody is going to be happily married. Church believes that everybody's. I personally think, and even the stats out there shows that it's not everybody that is going to marry, and it's not everybody that even marries will be happily married. As much as that looks like a cause, if you say it to a religious person, they will say it's a cause. But then cohabitation can be able to help you to decide if you even want to be part of those who want to marry, or you just want to have it. Some women today who are married, like it or not, who are married with kids, are better off as single mothers. They would have, if they had a baby maybe earlier in their career, when they had a very fantastic career and they did not have to sacrifice their career, maybe they would have had a better life. Like it or not, there are some of these issues that if we decide to juxtapose it, you cannot say that people who recommended that cohabitation were totally wrong. You understand? But again, religious people will not agree.
Thank you. So before we respond now, I want to ask this one, and that's going to be Tayo. What question do you think couples should honestly ask themselves before deciding to get married? What are the questions you think they should have asked themselves, which will help them to see so many things?
thank you. The thing is that I think couples should start asking
Okay,
themselves
Mabino, I
hard
will come
questions.
back to you, okay?
They need to start asking themselves hard questions, and if possible, do some tests. For example, ask the man, can you produce children? If he doesn't know, you can
You will
advise
not
him
know
that you
now.
people,
Okay.
if some people might know, some people might not. And whether he knows or he doesn't know, why not ask that, let's go and test, do some tests to actually be sure that your sperm can count or not. Same thing with the woman. You can ask whether she's seeing her menstruation, whether she has a womb. And this kind of questions does not come up on the first day. You can ask questions about what is your goal for your life? What is your idea of having children? Are you the kind of
Hold on,
person
Tayo.
that
Hold on, Tayo. So if that person does not have womb, he has shared you, not say, my love, you know what? 20 years
it's not about
ago,
my love, you know what? Calm down now. You are saying that one
I
question
have
stand.
come out my womb. Though cohabitation too
You
does not
can
help
go
that
see.
too. You just find out in
Yeah,
life. But
cohabitation
nobody
doesn't
will
help
say,
that.
my love.
Nobody will say it. That is where you need to see. And aside from asking questions, like I was telling somebody yesterday, be ready to be asked tough questions. Be ready to be asked tough
Okay.
questions and be ready to answer tough questions. If you ask and the person lies, there is nothing wrong. Okay, can we do tests to be sure? If the person was like,
That
I
means you
should have
don't
had
trust
child
me.
before. If you it's not about this is not an issue of trust or no trust. If you don't have womb, why will you know? Except except you've done something has happened before and you now got to know that you don't have womb. If you don't have womb, you will not know. If your sperm is not counting, you will not
How
know.
will you not know if you don't have womb?
How will you know?
And you
Shebi
don't
you
you
had
have regular
Some people don't.
menstruation?
Some people may not have it naturally. It's not like sharing. Oh,
And they will be
some people
they
may
will
not.
be they will be having monthly flow like a normal human being.
in that
Okay,
case,
leave me
if
alone,
you
Jare.
can we continue?
Continue,
What?
Jare, Metayo.
What if you have womb and probably you have something that is actually
Ectopic.
wrong with your fallopian tube or ovaries or something, and you can't have a child, and you don't even know about that. I know of someone that it was until she got married that they knew that something was blocking her, was it ovary or fallopian tube or whatever.
Her
And
boyfriend did not give her your questionnaire to answer. That's why he didn't know on time.
both of them did not know. Even the lady did not know. She was
I'm
going
saying
with
that
the
if they
mouth.
had your questionnaire for good communication, they would know.
You don't understand what I'm saying. Ajashelu, calm down and listen. I say in cases where both of you don't know some of your medical records, it's okay to test it. It's okay to go for test. Just the way, only that sometimes when people tell you that let's go and test for so and so thing, you assume that the person doesn't trust you. The same way we go for our what is it called, our genotype and all of those things, is the same way these things should come naturally to you. Have you had sexual disease or sexual transmitted disease before? These are the questions we should ask ourselves. Why? Not because you don't love the person, but because you want to stay safe. You should ask yourself, what is your idea of marriage?
Sorry, can I ask a question?
No, you
Sorry,
cannot. You
please.
cannot. It's that
On
space.
what Tayo just said, please. Tayo, would any woman respond if you ask any woman that what is your
I'm
body
listening.
count? Or the two questions I want you to respond to.
What
Do
is
you
your
think
body?
any woman
Please
would
repeat
respond would be
the question.
truthful to you asking them what is your body count and if you have had an abortion before? Be honest.
See, a lot of women will tell you they love you. That is the truth. I know of women that say that they said XYZ to who they want to get married to. Yes, we have girls talk. In case you don't know, a lot of women will tell you their body count if they actually believe that you are the one, and they believe that and they love you enough to tell you. A lot of women will tell you. Yes,
Yeah.
only that a lot of
Women don't even, they are not even truthful with their age. They will tell you don't ask a woman for their
it's
age.
the one that you are
Let
carrying.
alone
That
body
Because
count.
it's a
With your
public, you
question,
don't.
I cannot the kind
Random
of
person
women you
cannot
are
ask
carrying.
them. Random person cannot ask them.
A random person will not ask me what is my body count, and I will tell the person.
Of course, it
A
cannot
random
be a
person
random
will ask
person.
me
It's somebody you have.
But if people you've been dating, they've been lying of all these things to you, it shows the kind of people you are dating. Because if you're actually
And
dating
it also shows who you are. Because
and
like
it also
goes
shows the kind
attract.
of person you are.
That's a low blow. That's a very low blow,
It's
sis.
not a low blow, it's a reality. So as much as the truth is that when you are in a relationship with someone, you should allow them to be comfortable enough to tell them to be able to for you guys to have conversation, and that questions should come up. It's not about what color do you like most, because a lot of times it is what color do you like most, what's your favorite food, what is your plan for your what kind of family are you looking forward to, what will be your relationship like with your children when you have them, how many children do you think you want to have, what is your idea about wealth. Some people don't believe that you should have that much wealth, and some people believe that that much wealth is what they are gunning for. Some people don't believe in joining political parties, but maybe you want to join political parties. So you need to ask questions that borders around your future, both as a man, both the man and the woman. It's not just what is your favorite restaurant. We need to ask ourselves serious questions. I have XYZ sickness in the future. How are you going to take it? If my enemy have stroke and my enemy is bedridden, since we don't want to be very religious, will you leave me or will you stay? Sometimes some of these questions help us in the future. I have someone who asked these questions, and the whole boat were able to understand what they can settle for and what they can't settle for. And they were able to ask themselves, what can you adjust to? From these things that I've been able to share with you and from these things that you are able to share with me, what do you think you can adjust to? They were able to ask themselves, because sometimes this communication, this kind of question even help in the marriage, because you will not forget some of the questions you answered to. Because when real situation happens, you will both ask your question. You both tell yourself, there was a time I asked you question bothering this, and this was your response. Somehow it also holds you to responsibility. It's all don't hold the other person to responsibility, because this is their own work that is playing right in front of them. But a lot of times we are not strong enough, we are not matured enough to ask hard questions and to answer hard questions. And sometimes it's not even maturity, it is the fear of losing the person that makes us be like,
Okay, Tayo.
if I
So
ask this question, this person might want to leave me. Please let me stop here so that others can answer the questions too.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
exactly. Thank you, Tayo. So it is well. I don't want us to be going back and forth on this much because everybody have their strong stand. Tayo is convinced of cohabitation doesn't really make sense. It doesn't change anything. What will be will be. A good marriage will last whether you cohabit or not. If you communicate well, it may stay longer, and if you don't, you also meet it there. So I think that's a stand. And you guys are saying, no, you have to test the water and see and have a practical, flip of what you want to do in marriage and see if it works. If you have a little test, if it doesn't, anybody can still opt out of the relationship and it's going to be a mutual thing. So, okay, my question is, if cohabitation ends in marriage, do you think cohabitation was the reason it ended in marriage, or it was just born to succeed anyways?
I would say it was born to succeed anyways, because the like I said before, the cohabitation brings your attention to what it really is. You get to know the person deep inside, because even on the days they say everything is fine, you are able to see beyond the statement. He said everything is fine, but with that gesture, when he sees it like that, it means it is actually not fine. So that means, or he just does not want to talk about it right now, but it doesn't look good. It does not look like he's in the mood to talk about it. That's why he just said everything is all fine. So you're able to see beyond just their statements, their words. It is deep inside their attitude. So when cohabitation makes you not feel like, I need to marry this person so that I get to know whom they really are, or I'm going to now marry this person, and I will now see the film of the intro that the person has shown me, because the intro is like, when you are reading a book and you read the back of the book first, and they say that, oh, I'm this and this about the book, and then you're like, let me buy the book fast, 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 so that I can read the book. This they said is going to be good. So when you now open the first chapter, it's not looking good. Second chapter, you're like, it's not like that good as the back or the advert said, because you are trusting the ad because of word of mouth. But now you get to see it exactly what it is. And that's what cohabitation is. It is more of, you see over the lines. And you saying there are questions to be asked to know the person well and all of that. When they answer, you might get to realize that some people know how to lie. So when they answer in a kind of way and you get into them, a person that has no dignity or does not even know, there are some things that are basic that in my own society that I consider basic and normal. So I don't think we need to talk about that everyone needs to be home at this time or something like that. The society of where you are, it determines it. Back in Nigeria, curfew time is 8 p.m. max. You are outside.
Yeah, in our house.
February, 7 o'clock, you're supposed to be home. So no one is calling anyone to say, where are you? What are you doing before 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock is like, shield the seal. So that is but when you are in America, you cannot keep a 7 o'clock curfew. And that is why, and that is because some people are going to work at 9 p.m. Some people are going to work 12. So it is still busy. There are restaurants open 24 hours. So that curfew thing cannot work here. So if I already ask question, what is your curfew? I say, oh, I don't have curfew time. I'll be like, yeah, we cannot work because what? Me, I have curfew. Pay me. It is now becoming like, what exactly is going on?
Thank you.
So it is now like a thing of what you get to see the person for whom they really are. So yeah, there have been some people who have cohabited. If you now go ahead to marry this person, means that you have seen this person finish loko arai, and you still decided to go with this person. return, or the in and out, or read the worst of them, and you still decided to go ahead. That is cohabitation. While courtship means you get to see the preview, you get to read the back of the book, and you get to guess that, oh, this is a Christian book by the title. Omoluabi ni, Omo Pastor ni. It is the title. So it is now all of that. That is so. If they now break up in the cohabitation, it's because they were not supposed to be together. I believe that cohabitation is still finished, and yes, you are going to still see this person finish in the marriage, anyways. So if you are scared to see their see finish now, why do you want to now enter the marriage to now see it and now be like, but I'm now stuck here? And I think Antayo is talking about marriage in the idea of the Christian marriage, which is the fact that when you enter, you are not coming back again. So there is marriage where you now go and you can now come back, depending on the situation of the marriage. So if you don't want to go into the marriage to go and see the situation first, you can cohabit first. So, but Christianly, you should not cohabit. But I'm saying socially, humanly, societally, cohabitation looks like it's good. But Christian wise,
Okay.
yeah, it's not.
It is well. Ajashegun. Oh, before I call Ajashegun, Omoluabi, thank you so much. We appreciate your gifts. The rosa, everything, golden buzzer. Omoluabi, you want to talk on this topic? Does it make sense to live with a girl? Hey, when is Omoluabi? When?
I don't have the date yet, but I'm aware it's getting
Okay.
married.
Oh, we'll talk about it. I'll ask him. Omoluabi, congratulations in advance. I hope you didn't cohabit first, but that's none of my business, though. So, do you think, Ajashegun, and I know you were going to say, so do you think cohabitation before marriage is a sign of wisdom or is a fear of divorce? Or people are now living in the trauma of, I don't want to be divorced. A lot of people have lied in the past and I don't want to be a victim. A lot of marriages didn't end up well. So you are now living in that trauma. Is it a weakness or the fear of being divorced that you don't want to, that's why you are cohabiting, or it is placed from the place of wisdom?
Okay, see, one party is saying, trust me and take my word for it. Trust me, take my word for it, because you love me. Just trust me. You understand? The other party is saying, I have to see evidence. You understand? Coming from, see, I was married. You understand? It's something I don't really like talk about. Christian marriage, Christian union. We courted quite a while before, but I feel like now there are things that happened there that was just as a result of personality differences. I like to stay indoor. My curfew, you will not know. My curfew per day is 6 p.m. It's 6 p.m. If I am out beyond 6 p.m., I begin to feel uncomfortable. You understand? And imagine being married to somebody that wants to, live the life, be out there and all that. I have a routine to everything I do. I like to have a routine. There's a place where I place my laptop so that when I wake up in the morning, I go directly to it and I walk. It helps me to be more productive, to know what I want to wear on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I already know it. You understand? So I already have it arranged in a particular place. If somebody touches it, we'll actually fight. You understand? I have like a bathroom schedule and like a toilet routine. You understand? If somebody is probably if there's one bathroom in the house and somebody is there at that time, I will start. What does it mean to Conra? I'll start to, grumble. You understand? So I feel like if these were things that, the person knew before we decided to marry, because the Christian marriage says that just marry and then hope for the best. That's what it says. It does not teach you to look at. And then look, when I hear Christians and start shouting that cohabitation, you be sleeping with each other. How many Christian people in the church marry as virgin? How many Christian people in the church do not sleep with each other very well before they marry? How many? But when you talk about cohabitation in front of them, they will begin to shout and say, no, cohabitation is a no, it's a sin. As if most Christians marry. 99% of people in the world, including Christians, do not marry as virgins. So when they now begin to, stereotype cohabitation, you understand? Look, I may not be able to live with a woman for 6 months before if I decide to marry again. But I think that having failed at one before, I would ensure that I tick all the boxes this time. Invite her over, see if we're going to fight because of the way I like my wardrobe to be arranged. See if we're going to fight because I like to sleep on the couch. I really like to sleep on the couch, and that habit comes from me from the table where I walk directly to the couch and directly to bed. You understand? Sometimes I do that till midnight. You understand? So, but to be honest, if I don't want to put any person's daughter in problem, the right thing to do is to invite her over, not to tell her, because Tayo is saying ask and then tell. A lot of lies have been told. Women who ended up marrying homosexuals, how did they end up in that position? Did they not ask questions and all? Was there not pretense and all? It's only right for me to be able to bring someone's daughter and let the person see, who I really am, not who I say I am. Because who I say I am is not who I really am. If you ask me if I can stay out, if I like to go to parties and all that, I will respond and say it's not something I enjoy, but I'm not against it. So it looks as if I would be staying outside beyond 6 p.m. You understand? But the truth is that I want to be indoor at latest 6 p.m. If I'm outdoor beyond 6 p.m., it means that something is wrong, or maybe I'm doing something. So if you ask me, again, one of the things that I wanted to say before Tara interrupted me the other time, before now, in that particular age, people used to marry very early. Women used to marry very early. The families were conscious about marriage. You understand? So the young man too marry the young woman. They tend to be able to grow through together. You understand? They are very immature. You understand? So they tend to be immature together, and then they tend to grow together. The things have changed now. People stay very long now before they marry. Some women marry in their late 20s, in their early 30s. Some men even marry in their 40s. You understand? Some men marry in their mid 30s and their late 30s. And you want that kind of a person to not get it right once. They want to get it right once. They want to ensure that. And how can you be able to get it right once? Is by investigating by all possible means, including cohabitation. The rest.
It's because some of us have lied. That's why we just want to investigate this much. It wasn't this crazy before in the days of our forefathers. Anyways, Tayo, don't mind all of them. So now Tayo, do you think that living together breed familiarity and contempt? Contempt, like because you guys have lived together, you're too familiar with each other, and you will blur the boundaries and reduce intentionality towards marriage.
Living together actually breeds familiarity. Living together actually breeds familiarity, So whether you cohabit or you don't cohabit, whatever will happen will happen. You say that when you cohabit, I'm talking about when you don't. I'm saying cohabitation in like when you get married, it is forever. There are people that are getting married and after some time they divorce. Is that okay? They say like, okay, I'm not comfortable with this marriage. They leave. Whether you are cohabit or not, it's not going to change that. Whether you are 50 and you want to tick all the boxes, cohabitation will not make you marry right if you are not going to marry right. And even you as the man, the moment the lady, okay, agreed, because the way men think is actually very logical. And the way women think is very emotional. The moment the woman moves into your house, she has assumed and concluded that this is leading to marriage. And if any woman allows you to gives you sex in the context of cohabitation, she's giving you sex because she has assumed that you are her husband. And when you now wake up and say that, okay, we are no longer compatible, the first thing that will pain her the most is that after you've used me.
I know.
And to me, as a woman, I think it's the truth. You used her. Because if you want to know her, why not leave sex out of it? And do the cohabitation without sex, of which it is actually not possible. You are saying something that church people, religious people, we know that things are happening. And this world is not the same again. That is why things keep evolving. But one thing that will still be wrong, no matter how the world revolves, is cohabitation. It's never going to change anything. Rather, it will breed more evil than it will breed good. And because we actually don't trust ourselves in a lot of things, that is why you actually want to see. If I think I trust you enough and you tell me some certain things, I should hold you by your words. And some of your friends that you are friends with, they did not live with you, but when they give you their word for some certain things, you believe them. So why must you cohabit a woman to believe the things that she's telling you? Why should she come and live with you to be able to see? You can use your mouth to tell the person, these are my routines, these are the things that I like, these are the things that I don't like, and they will stick to it. In my office, my PA knows that my table, if I am working and I have a lot of things on that work, leave them the way they are. My table is always scattered. That's the truth. So as at the time I'm still working, leave them the way they are, because I know that I know where what is. The moment you arrange them, you've destabilized me. These are the things that I spoke about, that in my own space of work, leave things the way they are until I'm done with what I'm doing. Then we can then arrange. These are the things that you can use your mouth to say, this is me. This is what I like. This is the way I see life. This is the way I see the world. You can have a conversation around it, and another person's daughter will not think that you are lying. Funny enough, women believe faster than men would. And a lot of time, it is men that want cohabitation, it's not the woman. And you don't even have to cohabit for you to know whether you are sexually compatible. Because you just have to say sweet words for some girls. If they actually want the intimacy, they will agree to it. Compatibility does not say, and like you said, that church people are getting divorced, that their divorce is on the high rate, is the truth. Because plenty of the times they don't even go for counseling, and the people that are even counseling them, they are telling them that you go and marry. When you get into the marriage, you will love your husband, and that is not working. People are supposed to be advised properly. And sometimes some of these people, they are told that we see vision for you. This is your husband, this is your wife. Someone you don't even like in the first place. You will now marry somebody you don't like. How come you will not divorce? People are supposed to be taught a lot of things. For example, in my own church, we were told some certain things. And when I started seeing those things, initially I wasn't prepared for it, because I thought that this person is even doing too much. But as time goes on, I valued those what did they call it? Marriage counseling. I valued those counseling because I saw things firsthand. So whether cohabitation or no cohabitation, it is perversion, like I said, that is breeding this idea of cohabitation. Cohabitation does not change anything. And whether religious people or no religious people, the Bible is true on one thing, that you should marry properly. The parents should agree to you having their child. So cohabitation does not solve anything. It does not review whether somebody is telling you the truth or the person is lying. That is why you have to you don't love with your, how did they say, you don't love with your head, you love, how did they say it? You love with common sense, you love with your eyes open. Love is not blind. We are the one making it blind.
Love is not blind.
And if you love someone, you cohabit with the person, there is possibility you will not see anything wrong in the person, because you are blinded. And if you are not cohabiting, if you love the person, even when you are seeing red flag in front of you like this, love will not make you to think very well, because you are blinded. So cohabitation is not going to change anything. Whatever will be, will be. And non-cohabitation too might actually not change anything, but at least you give both of you sanity to a large extent.
Thank you, Tayo. How are you doing? Afua, how are you?
I'm very
Somebody's
well. Good day to everyone. I'm very well.
good. This is Mom, I know you. Ayomide, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Good to see you
Why
again.
would
How
you
you
tell from
doing?
my voice? Jesus. See casting.
Me, I
I'm
won't
going
know
to
your
change my
voice.
voice. I'm going to change my voice.
How you doing? So, what do you
I'm
think
very
about
well.
cohabitation before marriage? Do you think it makes sense or it's just an illusion?
Um, Marriage is a very, very, very delicate issue because it entails a number of things that cannot be embodied into 1 week of knowing somebody, or 2 weeks of knowing somebody, or 1 year, even 10 years. Sometimes people do play some stunts, and you're like, I've known you for 20 years of my life. I would never have thought it could ever do such a thing.
Mm,
Before marriage, knowing someone's value, I think, plays a long, like, it's the short to take. Like, what are your values as an individual? Aside just, where do I put my things, this is how I want my things done, and all, what are your principal values? What do you owe? Are you somebody that would lie and cover up anything in the blink of an eye? Are you somebody that
mm.
I can take your word to the bank and I am sure that everything you tell me is the truth per time? People can be chameleons, like switch anytime. And also, people have, when you want to make a decision about something and you think, oh, this person, mo mọ̀ pé kò lè ṣerú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, you don't know the options that person has. You don't know the options that the person has at that moment to say, oh, this is why did he do this instead of him to have done this. Living and cohabiting is more of, you can't know it all, whether or not you stay with that person or not. You stay, you don't stay. Marriage is funny, it's dicey. But knowing that person's values, knowing that person's principles will help you go a long way. Some people take
So, do you think
family
you
in
need to know these
isolation.
values while you hold on, Ayomide. Do you think you need to know these values while you live in with the person, or you can know it through communication,
No, I don't
through phone
think you need to know the
communication?
values. I don't think you need to know the values while you are living in the same house with the person, because you might live in the same house with somebody and you still don't know, you cannot tell it all. So
Hmm.
I don't think it is 100% you have to cohabit. No, it might help, but not as much. Not as much. You don't have
Okay.
to. You don't. It's not a necessity, as it were, because really you cannot tell the extent people will go even after 20, 30 years of friendship, or business
Mm.
wise, or all. So you really cannot tell. So you just have to know that, okay, this person is somebody I trust enough to do this, and it will put in my best interest per time. So cohabiting does
Okay.
not, I don't think cohabiting is must be done, whether religious or not.
Okay.
I'm really not speaking from a religious angle, but generally, I don't think you
Okay.
have to
Thank you,
cohabit to.
Ayomide.
You're
So, Ayomide
welcome.
is Ronke's best friend right from just one days.
Why do they sound alike? Why do they sound alike? They both have thin voices.
Yeah, exactly. So they are best friend forever. And they're like, how do you know my voice? I like, I know you. Okay, okay. So Ayomide is saying no cohabitation, that you might be living with somebody for years and you still don't know the person, even in marriage, and that is true. Even in marriage, you are celebrating 10th anniversary, you are celebrating 20th anniversary, and there's some things that are still coming like a shock to you. Like, when did you start this? And people change. Like she said, people can change at any time. Even after cohabiting for 5 years, the moment you step into the marriage, they can still start coming out with their entirety what you don't even know. And some situations happen that you don't even know how you're going to react until it happens. If you might cohabit together and you don't have any problem with finances during that cohabitation, everybody's spending their money. But the moment you start growing your family, I start saying like, okay, we need to start buying things like assets. You don't know how your other party is going to react until during that time. You don't know if your partner cheats, you don't still don't know how you're going to react, because in cohabitation they may not cheat. And in marriage, mistakes happen, or don't let me say mistakes, cheating is a mistake, but anything can still happen that you don't know how you react until that thing happens. So how you will react is who you are. Cohabitation may not open your eyes to see those things. You can cohabit and you don't know that life happens. You might not have you might lose your job. In the course of cohabitation, you might have good job. Those scenarios are okay. When you lose your job, how your partner will react to you also depends, and you may not even see all of this in cohabitation. So whether a marriage will last or not, see, you are clean, you come in late, you do curfew, and not significant things in marriage, unlike issues that happens as time goes on, like how to handle finances. You may not know, like losing a job or getting a big gig that brings a lot of money into the house. People change with a lot of money. And during cohabitation, it might not just be small money. Let you manage all of you are taleka alone, But as you grow, big money comes, you don't know how to manage such money, and that may affect it. It could be like cheating, like I said, or losing a job, or losing a loved ones. How you react to it might change the dynamics of the whole home entirely. So whether you cohabit, your testosterone does not define or does not guarantee happy home. But another question that I would like to ask is, do you think like sharing bills responsibility before marriage prepare couple for real life pressure? Okay.
Real life pressure, like financial pressure.
Yes.
Uh, I would say it could be determines on, like you said earlier, financial situation might change. Things that might not have been in the plan might now be in the plan. So I believe that during the period of the cohabitation, you would have known that, oh, this person likes to like overspend, or this person likes to underspend. So you kind of know that you can trust some people. Like I would say there are some friends or siblings that I would say that, okay, I can just give the money up to. I trust that this person is not going to just go and squander it on something that does not make sense. So I'm just like, okay, of course. So, but if it is there, and then there are some people that would have made a particular financial decision in the past that I feel like, oh, uh, shit in Koto, yeah, like I just feel like not making the right decision. So I already feel that there is a story for that, there is like a feeling for each person. So you already know that this person has these financial issues, then you know not to bow ele for shere. That different people, and then there are some people that that let me give all to, they would give it all back, or they would double it up, the one that would never. So it is all different situations for different things. So I think during the courtship, or during the
Cohabitation.
cohabitation period, you get to see them truly. That is talking about finances. You get to see them to know what they spend money on, or what they think they derive value from with their money. So because financial situations derive value of with their money, or what they intend to do with their money if they do have money. So cohabitation lets you see that it is possible that during the courtship, when you have different locations. I have had people in the past that create this identity of I am all this and all that. I have it all. I know it all, and they say to these particular people because they know that's what they want to hear. Of course, like oh, only gbogbo yẹn. And then due to all of that, they know they need to fit into a financial class to be able to get this particular person. So they either race to meet up to that financial class financially, so they are able to meet up with the girl, or they lie about their financial situation so as to be able to have the girl. So, but even to but I think that would be the initial situation, cohabiting or not. Can you see more of their financial situation living in with them? Maybe no. I don't think it matters financially because they're not supposed to be in their
Okay.
banking apps, right?
Adeshagun, now this one to you. Before I go to Tayo, do you think cohabiting remove the urge and the motivation to fully commit to marriage? Like since you have been living together, you just go and some people don't later tie the knot, just live forever like that. Do you think it removed the motivation to fully commit to marriage?
Well, I wouldn't know, to be honest, but I think in my opinion, it should make it easier to decide and know if you want to marry the person. Yeah, I think cohabitation solves the mystery. It should solve the mystery. When you that the experience of cohabiting should tell you, okay, I don't want this to end. Or it should tell you, oh more, never again. You understand? So I think it should solve the mystery, and it should be able to, decide, help you decide whether it's something that you want to continue to do. It's you want to continue to have this experience, because at that point you've seen at least some good of the person and you've seen some bad of the person. You understand? So you can be able to decide if this is something that you're signing up for, is something you're not signing up for. You understand? Yeah, that's what I think.
So, Tayo, what's the last thought? Because we've spent quite a number of time here. So, Tayo, what's your last thought on this topic? Do you think
There is no
cohabitation, you can still give it a twist in your thoughts, or you are still like, no, it's a no for me? Will you, if you have to advise your younger self, will you go into cohabitation?
if I am to advise my younger self or any younger person around me, cohabitation is a no-no. There is no space for cohabitation. There is nothing you think that cohabitation will give you or cohabitation will avoid that it might likely avoid. So to me, with all from the perspective they've been trying to argue that cohabitation should be tried, I've not seen any concrete argument as to why cohabitation should be. So for me, is a no to cohabitation.
Aderoke, will you give cohabitation a try? Or if you have to advise your younger self, will you say they should go and cohabitate? Or you will say, no.
Cohabitate. I don't know. Yeah. I would say cohabitate. It's you are just sure of what you're doing, and there's no. Yeah, I was. Yeah. It can save. It will save you a lot. Yeah, all it will save you a
Just say,
lot.
yeah.
It's
Sure.
like
You
I'm
are
thinking
not sure at
about it. Like
all.
I want to save. I'm like, yes, the point is it will save you a lot of headache if you have the chance to, if it is an option. It is not a must, but it is not the worst thing that could ever happen. It is not a must if you think that you have enough information or you have a length of time of dating, if it's a long dating period and all of that, yeah, you have the whole world to be you, especially a young girl. Do not cohabitate. I would say that it depends on your situation or what your whatever it is, because a young girl, because there has been situations of people who not having real life experiences before getting settling down, and now they are settled down and they still have the mystery of what if I had. They feel like there's so much more out there to see. Like I didn't see as I should have seen, and they feel like they need to run out back to the world, or they feel like there's something is lacking. So no, in your younger days, you need to relax, see, go out, see things, try people. I mean, meet people. Do not get stuck, because cohabiting can get you stuck for a long time. Cohabiting can get you stuck with the wrong person. There is a thin line there that can get you stuck. So the idea is, you would have seen the tendency of a happily ever after. This is like, it is more like you already proposed to kind of situation. You can already see yourself together. It is not like you asked me out 2 days ago, I like you, then you said move to my house, now we are cohabiting, now we are in a situationship, I'm stuck there. No, it is more of, we have been seeing each other, having this courtship, it's been so good, is the one, come meet my family, let's cohabit, then we marry. So that could be a thing. So the point is, you need to have been sure that there is a future in this place before cohabiting in the first place. Like it is more of, if he says, would you marry me? I'm going to say yes. I already know that he would be interested in marrying me already. So we already have a plan. It is more of, just be sure. Maybe, but you don't have to. Just have a situationship. That's the end.
Okay, okay, it's just everywhere now. In the
No,
last
I know.
thought, I thought it was
I just realized that there could be an 18-year-old girl out there, or a 22-year-old girl out there, or 25-year-old girl out there. No, no, not it's not the
okay,
ones. Yes.
okay, no problem then. Okay, Ayumide, what's your last word? Are you still on cohabiting is not real? It shouldn't be an idea for marriage, or go and test the water, go and see how it feels before you sign the dotted lines. Mhm.
Yourself, dating, knowing and agreeing to marry, meeting your family before you think of cohabiting. Not the, I met you last week, you asked me out, and the next thing, I am spending 2 3 weeks in your house because we are cohabiting to
Hmm.
see the future.
Hello, is it network or
We are
you're done?
working towards a future
Okay.
together. We know and build a. I think cohabiting will fit in line for that. Not the, I met you yesterday, come and stay in my house the weekend. You are bringing your bags and your luggage down the following week, and we have started the situationship. Now we don't know what we are doing. I thought you wanted to marry me. Nobody ever told you that. You assumed. So I think I like the arrangement. That order is better.
Okay. So after you have met both families and you guys are seeing what is the purpose of that cohabitation at that moment, if I may ask?
Building a foundation for the marriage. At that
Hmm.
point, we are working together for a goal. Our goal is marriage. We are seeing the marriage. Yes, we are seeing the marriage. I'm not talking about sex right now. No, that is
No,
out
no,
of it
I'm not.
completely.
I didn't say that either.
Yeah.
But
I'm
the question
saying
is, why are you testing the marriage when you
that's where
can easily go
the
ahead?
personal differences start to come in. Like, okay, I want my things in this order. and because I am arranging the house, maybe I just put it from here to here. All those things are things that we can both shift grounds for. Like we can shift grounds and say, okay, I'll leave it here for you even when I clean the house, and I was moving it because I was tidying
All
up.
those things can be
Can you
done in
understand?
marriage. Anyways, your thoughts.
And now, so that at least we get it in order and we are not going back for family meeting after 2 weeks of marriage. Like most of them, I told him this, and he slapped my face because no, we have already resolved it. We are not coming back to do family meeting 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the marriage to say, come and help us resolve our matter. But I
Okay.
like the order. It's an option. It's not compulsory. It's not
Definitely.
compulsory. It is an option. If you're up for it, why not?
I just check your last thought so we can call it a day.
Yeah, I have two last words. The first one is to Tayo. Cohabitation is not an invitation to come and be knocking. There are other things, and that's to Tayo. There are other important things that I know that
I
can be
like to
achieved
that.
during cohabitation. So I know that most of the things that you have talked about today speaks to knocking, but there's a lot of things, that are reasonable that can actually be done in that process. You understand? And then my second last word is to most of the men that don't want to marry. They are scared. And to be honest, I think if you ask a lot of people, right, especially men who are of marriageable age and they've not married, there is a fear there. There's a fear. They see what's going on in the society of how many homes continue to break, and how they see a lot of things, and to be honest, a lot of them are scared of it. And the other one that most people do not know is when most married men, when they talk to single people or people who are unmarried like myself, they tend to admire that single status. That's to tell you that plenty of people are not enjoying the marriage. Plenty of people wish they were not in the marriage.
Talk for
Of
yourself.
course,
Ajashagu, talk for yourself.
I'm speaking from people who I have interacted with. Hear what I said when I was going to make that statement. I said from interactions that I've had with some married people. You understand? But I think that cohabitation could have solved that problem and could solve the problem. Not every woman out there is a baddie. Not every woman out there is not going to be able to know how to manage your finances. Not every man out there wants to blue. In fact, the perspective out there is that every woman out there is a gold digger now. You understand? But I don't think every woman, is a gold digger. I think there are women who really want to build with a man, who can actually go through the process of building. But you see, what social media teaches us today is that there's no woman, no good women don't exist. You understand? But I think they exist. So if you're able to find one that, I think even the challenge to even be able to talk to the point where you can even agree to cohabitate is even very challenging, because hookups are very fast these days. Before you say Jack Robinson, the woman you meet wants to come and pass the night in your place. You understand? So, but if you're able to find one who is responsible enough to understand that, look, whatever will be done should be done well, I think you can give it a shot. It's not that bad, to be honest. It's not that bad as if we don't totally sexualize it. You understand? It's not that bad. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Ajashagu.
Please,
Tayo,
can I say a
you
last
have the
word?
last one. Yes.
Thank you. Aside from sexual intercourse, there is no other thing that you want to know about that woman, whether of her business, of her job, of your job, that you want to know that you cannot know. The bottom line, let me finish now. Let me finish.
Berry.
If you want to know whether she's a good cook, just have to tell her to come and cook in your house. If you want to know whether she's good with children, you will see the way she handles children. There is nothing you want to know about a woman that you will not know. There is nothing a woman wants to know about a man that she will not know. That you are saying that remove sex. There is no way you are removing sex to when you are in a cohabitation. The sex is there. And aside from that, the truth is that there are a lot of things you can know about yourself without cohabitation. That is the gospel truth. That is the gospel truth. And I will not have advised cohabitation for anybody, because take it or leave it, the person that is losing the most in this cohabitation plan is the woman. Take it or leave it. The person that is mostly affected by this cohabitation is the woman. Except you go and marry the bad
Ow.
Except see,
making the
except you
woman
are
the victim.
dating
Here we go again.
that knows
The
that she
woman
does
is
not
always
need
the
anything
victim
from this
when Tayo
relationship.
speaks.
Allow me to talk now.
How is the woman
Except you are
victim?
dating a body that knows that she does not need anything from this relationship. That is the kind of person that will come to your house and will live and will not miss anything. But if it is a proper girl, the moment she steps into your house, she has a lot of things to lose, and her dignity inclusive.
So the man does not
Because
have
you
anything to
now,
lose. The man does
you
not
what do you
have
have to
time to
lose?
lose.
What
The
is your
man does
money you
not have
want to
time to
lose? You
lose.
can make it by yourself. What do you have to lose?
Men don't
Are
have
you
A man does
dignity.
not have almost nothing to lose.
are you
Yes,
kidding?
I'm saying it again.
It
Only your
it
money,
is it
your
can
Because I
bed
don't
space.
understand how you're okay, no.
it can become are you
It's your money and your
hear
bed
Tayo?
space you want to lose. You have nothing to lose. Nothing. Just the food she's eating in your house and the space she's occupying in your apartment. Other than that, what else do you want to lose?
He can lose his
What of
mental
his
control.
emotions? What of his
He
emotions,
can become
Tayo?
depressed. Are you kidding? So men don't
He
have
can
dignity.
become depressed. Him that went to go and carry depression inside his home, he does not know that he can become
Wait.
depressed.
When
Whatever you want to learn about a
Hey.
woman can be learned out of cohabitation. So all these excuses surrounding you can cohabit, they are flimsy excuses. Just an opportunity for you to camp
if
a
you
girl
can
into your house.
decide not to
If you
sexualize it,
really
there
want
are
to
meaningful
get
things that can be
married,
learned, Tayo. Now lie.
if you
If you
really
can
want, if
decide not to
anybody wants to
sexualize it,
get
and
married,
Tayo, look,
let
we are
them
not
watch
living
you.
in the 70s anymore. We are
I
living in the
know.
2020, this
Yes,
2026.
we are
Things
living.
have
We are
changed from
living in
how
the
they were
AI
in the 70s
generation.
now. The reality from that time and now is different. Men don't have
I
dignity.
admit,
Abi.
but the
Men don't have
reality
dignity.
of marriage is still the same thing from the first.
So why are we having more marriages break up now? If the realities are the same thing.
Yes, I'm so wrong. Because Ataya. Where's your karaoke left? Because both of you will not give each other a breathing
Of it.
space.
Tayo continues to see the woman as a victim. You don't have to continue to see women as victim in all
They
issues.
are.
In all cases.
Relatively
That's
few
the
of
challenge
them
I'm
are
saying.
not.
You always continue to emphasize
Relatively
that
few women are
the
not
woman is the
victims.
one that has more to lose. You always continue to say that the woman is the one that has more. What if the woman finds out that the man has a particular thing that will not now make him marry the woman? Marry the man rather. What if during that cohabitation, the woman finds out something
It
that
could be, yeah, it
is.
could be of a
Are you
benefit
kidding?
to the lady.
Who will benefit more from that information? What if he finds out in that process that they have a history of madness in their family? Are you
So
kidding?
Professor, yeah.
What if he finds
Makes
out
a research.
Or
that during the
That they have.
is a
cohabitation,
mommy's boy.
but to you,
Or is a mommy's boy.
just you only take it from the angle of yes, or is a mommy's boy, or the mother controls him around. Are you kidding?
Not the only way
But
you
for
do
you,
that.
you only take it from the angle of intercourse.
Cohabitation is not the only way you get to know that somebody has madness in their family. You can research those and know that this person has madness in their family. If you don't have to cohabit to get all this information we are talking about. Funny enough,
Can I say
it's more
something?
easier now to get an information about a person than it is
Judge, I
then.
am really
Because in those
sorry.
days, you
I am
had to
really
go
between the
to
one.
their village to go and get the research to go and know whether this person has
How many
madness or
people
not.
go
Now
to
you just have
villages
to
now?
Madam
check the
Tayo,
internet. You
can I
will
say
know.
something?
Tayo,
Can I say something?
Tayo, I really want to say something.
I'm not saying anything again, Seth. I've said everything I want to say. Cohabitation is a no-no, no matter the argument you are bringing.
until I give my
Let
own
me with an
closing thought
argument.
now, you will now say you have another closing thought too.
No,
Please
no,
go ahead.
it's not an argument. I just
Okay,
want
I
Any
am
closing
really
thought
go.
again? I've
to
closed
know
my
some.
thoughts. That is it. No, it's my closing thoughts.
There are some facts They are just facts. You cannot know it all. You keep saying, make your research, make your research. You cannot know it all. When you make your research
Even in
about the
cohabitation, you
family,
cannot know it all.
yes, even in cohabitation, you cannot know it all, but it gives you
God
a
bless
better,
you.
oh, please, it gives you a better chance. There's family dynamics in people's family. There are different things in people's family. Personally, I have my family dynamics. Every individual has their family dynamics. I grew up in a different conditioning. Somebody else that I want to stay with has a different conditioning. Aside the getting married is not corporate job. You don't close by 5 o'clock and resume by 8 o'clock. You are not on shift. You cannot afford to not talk to your spouse for a week the way you would just boju for your boss. Iṣẹ́ ló pa wá pọ̀. Do your business and get out of the workplace. You have to know this. You have to know that this person, aside now, I'm not even. That's why I did not talk about anything sexual. Like, sex is not the primary thing in cohabiting. It is not. You, husbands and wives stay together in their homes without having sex for weeks, months. So it is not the principal thing. As little as even the how do you relate with your
Somebody
other,
not flush toilets.
yes, can cause triggers. How does this person handle pressure? How does this person, you go to work, you come back, you're under pressure, you're under stress. How do you handle it? Is it the same as what I want? When you go to somebody's place over the weekend and you come back home, maybe you see them in a party, or you see yourselves casually. Most times people tend to be on their best behavior when they are out of their comfort zone. But in
Ayọ̀ ti
cohabiting,
change ohun.
you no.
Ayọ̀ mi lè ti
I'm
padà
not
change
saying,
ẹ̀ mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́.
that's why I said it is not
Àgbà tó jẹ́ ká
compulsory.
àjàṣẹ́gun kó sínú ẹ̀. You came
No.
here, you
That's why I
say
said
cohabiting was
I
all
said it's
good.
not compulsory. But I don't like the angle where we are saying it is a complete no, because you can do your research, you can do your research. You cannot do your research to know 100%. You can't even do your research sometimes to know 50%. Some people's family go as far as covering up things for their children when they want to get married. If they cover it up from the family, if you don't enter, you can never know. But when you cohabit, you're not dropping your senses in your house and coming to cohabit with the person. You are cohabiting for the purpose of, that's why I agreed with Ronke's step of, okay, we are coming together now, we are building. This is the foundation to our marriage, not just meeting you casually and coming to stay in your house. But I can tell, okay, let's work on these things because it cannot work in our family. I have an idea of what I want my family to be like. That's why I have to look for somebody that aligns with my idea, so that it can work out. I'm not going to go and say I want to date somebody that has a completely different ideology of what he wants his family to be, and we'll now come and start running cat and rat in the family together. But we have to still stay together to know, to okay, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Marriage is not do 1 year and you are out of it. There are compromises, there are sacrifices to be made. Auntie Bumi
Yes, okay.
mentioned something about finances. When you are not connected to somebody financially, you don't know the extent they can go to. You might be thinking, let us buy food stuff in the house first, and you might be thinking, oh, let us invest this money. There's no food in the house, and you are saying I want to invest this money, and I'm saying no, let's buy food stuff. There's no food in this house because that's all the money or resources we have at that moment. But we don't know because we have stayed 2 days and we have gotten married, or we have stayed 6 months and we have gotten married. We don't even understand financial, but because outside cohabiting, we can just, talk about it briefly. We are not into it together to know what sacrifices are made. Cohabiting is, yes, sexual parts maybe by me, but the thing is, when you are with, the closer you are with,
Is it network?
get to see the person in a different. you see the person in a
Anyways,
different light. It helps you. So I don't think it's a no, 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 no. It's optional, but the no, and please if we take out sex from it, we can do a lot more other things. We can get a lot more other things from cohabiting. A lot more other things can be achieved, but it is not compulsory. You don't have to if you don't want.
okay. If you look at the Western, my own thought on it, if you look at the Western world, you are in the Western space, cohabiting is just like boyfriend and girlfriend living together. People can do forever as boyfriend and girlfriend without signing those lines, without doing any rituals. We are just loving each other and we're having kids together, we're building families together. And with that, nobody's committed to each other. So you do anyhow, anybody can stay opt out at any time. And it's from the place of not trusting enough. That's why we sign the dotted lines. If I trust you enough, we don't need to sign it to get you committed to it. You will naturally commit, because marriage and signing those dotted lines is showing our insecurity, because I want you to be mine alone. That's why I'm signing it. You want me to be yours alone. That's why we are signing it. We are buying commitment. That's why we are doing those things together, because that is why we have to sign it. So we want the legal backing to back our relationship. So you can't cheat me, I won't cheat you. And we want families to know that we are together, so you can't do otherwise. But if truly we want to be truthful to ourselves, which most of us are not, and that's why we need somebody to help us to keep ourselves truthful to each other, and that's why we are doing marriage. Because we need to understand what marriage is all about. Self. What is this? You are mine, I'm yours. What is the origin of marriage? It's to back our insecurity, our values that we are not into each other. But if truly we can do it without signing those things. Whatever your words will be binding to you, and my words will be binding to me, without needing the help of the government, which is the legal marriage. Yes, God said it, and because if we are truly the people of God and our words are binding, we can do marriage without signing letters, without signing that book, because that book is not part of marriage, what God brought to us. It is the society that said that. We said we are doing marriage. Yeah. Okay, paying back bride prices, building family,
We
building
even need to go
family
to
together.
court for marriage. Why did we start going to court for marriage? We
It's
wouldn't
because
have
we don't
needed to
trust
even
each
go
other.
to court. Mhm.
And okay, talking about the bride price, because Tayo is saying bride price is marriage. And what does that bride price is? Like a binding, like something that to seal that these families are together. It's a seal that God wants us to have, so that the family can be together. The goal is family being together. Can we still have a family being together without that bride price things, and we are still committed to each other? We only use that to be a seal, like afi gome papo. Yes. So can our parents verbally consent to it and still be together without signing anything, and just say, okay, oh God, Adeola, you are with Olalua. Okay, good, I know you are there. And Olalua's parents are like, oh, is that the lady you are with? And that's okay. Without coming together or doing all those things. Those people that are cohabiting, they can cohabit and they know each other's family. Oh, that's Roke's sister. Oh, that's her husband's brother. I know everybody, but they are not signing anything. They are just living together. Even our friends, even the people who do friends with, we know each other's family. So that is, we can still do that. But because we have insecurity problem, that's why we need that seal of bride price. That's why we need the seal of the government. Or we need that dowry or whatever you are calling it. It's because we still have trust issue.
Yes, even the dowry. Look, don't even continue to speak to
So
me
we don't want to
Tayo,
go deep.
about church, because this dowry is how they scam David. Do you remember this dowry, this bride price that he worked for seven?
Emi ò lọ bẹ̀ yẹn. Ẹ dé
Tayo
o.
keeps bringing church to this
Ṣé
conversation.
Jacob lọ gbá bẹ̀. Ọmọ ẹ̀ ó ṣiṣẹ́ méjì. Ó wà sí Rachel. Rachel
Odumeje,
àti Leah.
no problem. Let me not talk.
Anyways, okay. Anyways, whatever you see, Tayo, I agree with you. But what everybody should just do what works for you, what align with your values. If your values, you think that this person you want to do, you just want to tick all boxes to make sure you did your path. There's a place like, I did my path. Even if it doesn't work well, you did your path and God helped you to do your path. And there's a place of, I committed into God's end, and I want God to just make sure I found the right person. Because if you pray well, you can get the right person even without spending 2 years in courtship or cohabiting, and you still work well because God's hand is in it. So it depends on whatever you think aligns with you. If you want to do it by yourself, you can cohabit. If you want to put it in God's hand, you may not cohabit. So it depends on what aligns with you. That's my own last thought on it. So that is all that we have for today. Thank you all for joining. Today's topic is a bit controversial. Everybody has their path. So let's join us again next week for another interesting topic again on Connect and Reflect. Don't forget to join us every Saturday, 4 p.m. We have it on YouTube too, and we have it on other platforms. Thank you.